Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a little bit since I last made a video, and I've been making intro videos lately. And so I wanted to get another tutorial video up on how to make an effective but yet very simple intro up. Before we go into the tutorial, I do want to bring out that for those whose intros I am working on, I am going to try to get those done by this week. I've been having a lot coming up in my schedule lately, so it's been a little bit difficult lately. So yeah, I'll be working on that, but as for the moment, let's get on with the video. Alrighty, so I'm going to be creating a very quick, simple, but yet effective intro, and this is going to be part 1, which is where all the modeling and animation takes place. So I already got my scene set up right here with my overhead softboxes, my camera set up. I will have this in the description below, so that way all you have to do is just download it and you'll be able to set everything else up yourself to your liking. So first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to MoGraph and then go to MoText, and then just drag that text over and make it a little larger, like it's kind of right in front of us a little bit. And we're going to change the font of it to, I think Base Machine looks nice. Alright, let's just drag you back. And instead of text, let's just put intro. Alright, in our settings right here, let's see, you're going to go to caps, and where it says type n-gons, let's just go ahead and go to quadrangles, however you pronounce that, and we're going to click normal grid, and you're going to see how later on this is going to have a big effect in what we're trying to do. Alright, so now that we got that done, we want to texture it. You can use any kind of texture you want, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to choose something from down here. I guess shiny red would be fine. So now we got this shiny red color going on right here. And now what we're going to do is we are going to hit C. And that's going to make it editable. And we're just going to highlight those. We're going to hit C. And for each one, you're just going to do select children and then connect and delete. Whoa, wait, what just happened here? Okay. So select children, connect and delete, and we'll do that for each one. Alright, so now I would say the hardest part about all this is finished, in which that wasn't hard whatsoever actually. Now here's where the fun begins. You're gonna wanna, typically this is at like 90, but depending on how long you want your intro to be, this is about 5 seconds, I do believe. Ooh, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll give it 8 seconds, so we'll go with 240 frames for 8 seconds because we're going to run this out at excuse me, at 30 frames per second. Alright, now what you're going to want to do is, I want this to go in order when they're flying into the screen, so probably at the first second just click on that, keyframe it, and then that's going to be the second, keyframe it, it's going to be the third second. Where you at? 90. Keyframe, fourth second, keyframe, and that's going to be the fifth second. So they're going to have second differences when they're all coming into the screen, basically. See, that's 120? Yeah, so I'm going to go to 150. Keyframe that. Go away. Alright, so now that we have that in place, we're going to get out of our little camera right here, just click that button and scroll out for a second. As you can see, this is where our camera is. This is everything that is inside this little box right here that is visible. So, whoa, how the heck did we get to the -2? Okay, that was weird. Alright, and now since we have all these keyframed, at key 0, what we're going to do is we're going to just simply take each letter, and it might help if I have the right setting placed. I'll do that for a second. And we're just going to drag it out. And as you can see, we got this little line right here, which is basically telling us where it is at the current moment and where it's going to go. So if I hit play, it takes 1 second for it to get right there. Now you can also do other things like just kind of rotate it however you want and put it in other various places, and basically you're just going to do the same exact thing for each letter. So as you can see, that flies in like that. And we're going to go ahead and hit the T up. Do the same thing with the R. And last but not least, the O. See, well, where did I go? Okay, there I am. O is going to take the longest to get there, so just mess with that a little bit. And so if I switch back to my camera mode, and if I play, it'll look a little something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And generally what I will do is, let's say just turn that off, is for the ones that take longer, I'll generally just like go somewhere in between their animation, and I'll just end up messing around with whatever, so that way it's not completely in the shot at the time, and I'll just play around with that. So I'll just end up moving these off to the side until they are ready to come in which, since we already have that key framed, we don't have to worry about that. So we're pretty much just messing with everything in between. Like how the T, it just kind of like just stayed there awkwardly in the camera, not really doing much. And just spin that around a little bit. The N, let's see. Drag that down a little bit. So if I was to do that, I comes in, N comes in, got the T, the R, and the O. Alright, so that's kind of like one of the basic things you can do. Something else I would add, just, you know, for a little bit of spice, is I would go in here and choose something like probably explosion effects, or just explosion, or even shatter if you want, or any of these, whichever will help. Like explosion, I would choose the frame where it comes in at, where it's supposed to be complete, like how the eye comes in at 30. I would just keyframe it. Whoa, what just happened here? Okay. Explosion, control, drag, there we are. And just drag that keyframe over, so that way all that matches whenever they go to finally form. So that would be at 90, wherever 90 is. Huh, 90. Was I right on it? Yeah, I was right on it. What do you know? So that's going to come in at 120. And last but not least, last explosion, finish up at 150. Pretty much it's the same principle, really. You can actually just control click on all of these, hit 100, and then just I'll play it back. And whoa, what's going on? Oh yeah, that's right, we didn't keyframe it. Derp to derp. So those are keyframed at 100, which means, ah crap, you know what? Alright, here's what we gotta do. Gotta go back and lock those in, and then let's go back in here, and then I gotta change that to 0. See, now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so just a rerun of things. Your animations that you have, the child animations that you have for your main object, is always going to match the keyframes that you have when it gets into place, like that. So that way it syncs up perfectly. And you can add others, like some would add shatter, which is what I pretty much use for my Decepticon and my Skyrim intro. And I think also use that for my main intro as well. So back to camera mode. As you can see, those are coming in pretty nice. And the reason why you're getting all these little pieces right here is when we had set those n-gons earlier. If not, it would be a little bit more obvious as the letters are coming in, because you would just see like a big N right here with some other pieces coming in, and it wouldn't exactly look the way you would want it to, in a sense. So now that's done. Render settings, all that's checked for you right there. I don't know what you guys want to